So here we are, dealing with another mystery in the Elder Scrolls, something that has not been solved yet, and probably won't be solved until the next game, or even the game after that, as we are all not really sure where Vivec is. My friends and fellow adventurers, welcome to another video on this lovely day, and today's topic we will be focusing on one of the 3 tribunal members, or might I say, what was the last remaining tribunal member until they disappeared. Vivec was the sole survivor of the tribunal, due to Soule and Almalexia both being killed during the events of Morrowind, and with Vivec's power gradually decreasing, it was only a matter of time before something bad happened to him too. Well, that's if something bad happened. There are a few possible things that might have happened to Vivec during the events of Oblivion and Skyrim, and we don't have any concrete evidence on what those things are, but we can speculate. If my speech sounds a little bit slurred today, I apologize. The medicine I'm on at the moment kinda does that a wee bit, and I kinda lose track of my words, but I apologize for that, but hopefully it won't stunt it too much on you. So if you know what happened to Vivec, or think you know, please let me know in the comments below, and if you have any topic suggestions for the next few videos, specifically on questions in the Elder Scrolls lore world, let me know too. Leave all your words in the comments below. I will be sure to read through all of them, and hopefully when you're hearing this, I've uploaded it on time and the videos are pumping out just like last week, and we are still rolling forwards. Anyway, enough babbling, let's get into this thing and talk about the tribunal, man-made god Vivec, and the possibilities of his disappearance. So who is Vivec, you might ask, for those who aren't entirely sure who he is, and who the heck are we talking about? Well, don't worry, I won't drag this part on too long. I promise we will get into the nitty gritty of the theories soon, even though there is only a couple, but we'll make the best of it. Vivec is somebody you can meet in Morrowind, the 3rd Elder Scrolls game in the franchise. He's one of the most unique characters in the game as during Morrowind's time. Well, he's one of its leaders and even has a city made for him. Vivec City is a wonderful place you can visit in Morrowind, and you could put Solitude and Windhelm together and it still wouldn't be as big. A city fit for a god, you might say, and a very powerful god at that. He really is. The tribunal were composed of Vivec, Almalexia and Soule, who sapped power from the heart of Lorkhan after backstabbing the Nerevar in old times, and while this act was incredibly selfish, they did do good things with their powers. Now of course, for those who have played Morrowind or haven't, you will get to experience the stories with these 3 characters, and I really do recommend doing so. I haven't fully got to experience, but I've read a lot on them. They were loved by most in Morrowind. It might have been due to fear, it might have been due to love, but all we know is that the Dwemer do respect the tribunal, and that's mostly because of what Azura did to the race when she got angry. We will talk a bit about Azura, but for now all you need to know is that Vivec is man-made, god material, and has managed to do many bizarre things like achieve Kim and get his massive wiener turned into a spear for maximum thrusting. So you may be asking, how do we know Vivec is gone? What proof do we have? And that, my friends, is actually very clear in many things. He is mentioned missing in the Elder Scrolls novel, The Infernal City, the 2009 book, which is a great read, and I highly recommend getting into it. I never finished it, but I do plan on doing so. It was great for what I did manage to get through. It is also mentioned in one of the Empire's pocket guides that his fate is unknown, and so from these very vague takes and something else I have yet to mention, that we know he is not around anymore to protect the Dunmer race. So the Solstheim DLC for Skyrim shows that the island has been inhabited by Dunmer. But did you know Solstheim is actually part of Skyrim? Or was anyway, and is being used to take refugees over from the center part of Morrowind, Vvardenfell, and why, you ask? Well, because the great meteor Barrett, which was tossed by Sheogorath out of anger, the very one you can see floating atop Morrowind in the 3rd Elder Scrolls game, that meteor was being held afloat by Vivec's power. Well, that very meteor hit Morrowind after the Ingenium device keeping it up got destroyed. It got destroyed 5 years after Vivec's disappearance, I'm pretty sure, and well, give the Infernal City book a read if you want to know exactly how all that played out. But he was holding the meteor up and the meteor fell, so that's how we knew all about that. And well, from here on out, we can only speculate on what really happened to him, and let's just hope they get around to answering it in the Elder Scrolls 6. So the first theory we have to look into is that Vivec actually went with the Nerevar on his or her expedition to Akavir. This is the expedition that is referenced in Oblivion as a rumor heard between random NPCs talking to one another. Vivec and the Nerevar had a somewhat close relationship by the end of Morrowind if you didn't kill him, and the possibility that Vivec wanted to leave with him is always possible. But this theory hasn't got much behind it, and I don't personally think it actually happened, so that's the small one out of the way. The next theory is that Vivec actually isn't on the plane of Mundus anymore, that he's nowhere near the planet Nirn, and his distance from his powers on Morrowind just kind of vanished, and well, you know the rest afterwards if you read the Infernal City. Vivec in his time being a god achieved a lot of things. He achieved turning his dawn into a sharp dawn. He achieved screwing just about everybody who ever existed, managed to rule a country and create a religion with his spare time. He also achieved Kim, which is really hard to explain, and I'm kinda hoping to do it in a video in the future, but it definitely won't be this one because it's way too complicated to try and explain. But think of it like this in its bare bones. He ascended so far above being a god that there's literally nothing left for him to learn or do, and he's pretty much not in need of his physical being anymore because he seen the tower which holds all of the universe, and once you do that there's this walking thing, and if that all makes sense, it's really hard to explain Kim. I'm sure somebody will do a way better job in the comments section, but I made an attempt. But anyways, Vivec was very powerful. Even in his weakest stage, he's still one of the most powerful people around Nirn, physically anyway. He might have just gotten bored and gone somewhere else. He might have traveled into the realm of the Aether, might have even taken a wee little binge down to one of the Oblivion realms, but all we know is he ain't in Morrowind. If he was in Morrowind, there really is no reason for him to let his cult following just blow up and combust due to a falling meteor and erupting volcano. But that's just another one of the theories we have to look at and talk about. This one seems a bit more plausible than the last one. I wouldn't be surprised if he pulled a Dwemer and yeeted himself to a different realm with all of his vast knowledge, but then again, we do have one more theory for you guys. This is the final theory I will discuss, and the one I am most likely to believe actually happened, and honestly, the more I think about it, the more I honestly believe it's true, because it makes a heck of a lot of sense when you hear it. So Vivec and the rest of the tribunal really annoyed Azura when they killed Nerevar. They annoyed her so much she changed the race and promised a prophecy where Nerevar would return in the future and end them, you know, all casual stuff. This prophecy comes true in the Elder Scrolls 3, Morrowind, and so does Soule and Almalexia get killed, and Vivec is still alive by the end of it. But here's the thing, Azura is a Daedric god, and she might be one of the better ones, but that isn't going to stop her from getting more revenge, especially when you kill off her champion and banish her from the physical world. So here's the basic premise. It is believed Azura played a hand in his disappearance. Vivec annoyed multiple Daedric gods, Azura and Sheogorath to just name a few, so the whole Oblivion crisis would have been a perfect time to sweep in, get some revenge, and take him to Oblivion to exact whatever amount of that revenge they wanted. It is Vivec, the God King of Morrowind. Vivec is one of the most powerful beings to ever exist in the Elder Scrolls lore world, and Daedric gods are as petty as they come, and so most fans of the series believe he was taken by Azura or something like that anyway. If you go through any forum, talk to any fan who's played all three games, you'll find most of them believe in this theory. Again, it is just a theory, they all are, but this one seems to be the one I would trust the most, since Azura is a petty person, and it kind of makes sense the more you think about it. That, or he was off by some Daedra, cause lol, get wrecked. But yeah, there's a couple of the theories. I really hope in due time we figure out what happened to him. Hopefully in the 6th Elder Scrolls game. He's an awesome character, so it would be super cool to see him return somehow. Hammerfell is also pretty close to Akavir, so you never know, guys. The possibility of a new realm might finally be upon us, but I won't hold my breath on it. It's Bethesda Game Studios. They like just dropping lore for some reason. But that pretty much sums up the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching and chilling with me. It was a lot of fun and I really appreciate you guys hanging out. It's a lot of fun to look into some of these theories. If you enjoyed the video, you like my content, or you feel like being nice, then maybe consider leaving a like. And if you didn't like the video, don't like my content, or want to be edgy because you don't like perfect ratios, dislike away. Either way, ratings help me out and let me know how you guys felt about a certain video. Make sure to comment below your feedback and let me know what you want to see in the future. I love reading your guys' comments, like I've said. But enough babbling. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day, if not that, a wonderful week, if not that, a great month, or if not that, an excellent year. And I'll see you all in the next one.